Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the Challenge After Show. I don't know if you just saw that Pam was working on her rock, paper, scissors there, because we today are doing our snake draft. In order to pick our snake draft order, we're going to be doing rock, paper, scissors. So
Girl,
Pam is...
what kind of rock, paper, scissors?
I don't know, but you know what? She's having... It's a rolling rock, apparently. Pam is...
I'm practicing.
I felt like you were eating.
So yes, you heard that right. It is Super Bowl Sunday, so there's nothing more perfect to do than a snake draft for our female competitors from the challenge, and that's what we are going to do today. Ladies, how are you? Excited for the Super Bowl?
Very excited. This is funny because we already had this conversation before we recorded.
That's why I did say. That's why I said it. All right, so let's do rock, paper, scissors to start this off. For all of you that don't know, the snake draft is going to work. One person picks, two-person picks. The third person picks twice, back to the second person. The first person picks twice, and so on until we each have 5 female competitors in our bank. And then you basically tell us in the comment section who has the best 5.
In your bank. So basically with the snake draft with 3 people, what we were saying before is that it's just the person in the middle is fucked.
A little bit, a lot of it.
1 and 3. Beautiful spots. 2
Yeah.
is the only one that's got to wait around.
How do we? Oh, okay. Then the next 2 people duke it out for second and third with rock, paper, scissors. Got it. Okay.
Yes. The first, yeah. So okay, ready? Let's do our rock, paper, scissors. Are we ready?
Oh.
Yes.
Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. So Pam, you're out.
You're out. You get the second spot.
All right. So Jenna and I are going for
Rock.
our pick here. Ready,
All
Jenna?
right. Yes.
Rock,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
All right. So Jenna, what do you want? First or third?
I'm gonna take first.
All right. You go ahead. You're up first.
Okay, I'm taking Laurel.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
hard to go wrong. I looked her up. 9-2 in eliminations, 4 finals with 1 win. That's insane. So
Ooh, you got the stats. So I just am. It's the first person that comes to your head. It's funny though, because I was having the conversation with my fiance where I was thinking, but I think with Laurel, it would be maybe her arrogance and her alliances that might make her politically a little bit weaker than some other people that I was thinking about taking first. Those are her only cons, but they're very small cons in like the totality of what Laurel is. You know, it's like you can make a similar argument for, I don't know, like a Banana. Sure, he might have people who hate him or relationships that are tarnished or, you know, those very tense relationships. But at the end of the day, it's still Bananas, and, you know, like Laurel is still, people are going to be too fearful to ever go against her. So if politics might be weaker, I'm A-okay with that. She's Laurel.
there you go.
Okay.
Pamela, you're up with the second pick. Who do you like?
I'd like to say that Laura was the 8th person that came to my mind, by the way.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, she is 8 on my list.
Wow.
And I am gonna take Tori first.
Interest. All
I'm
right.
not
Thank
surprised
goodness.
by that pick. Tori is your girl. And what they say about football fantasy drafts is like, even if that person is projected, I don't know, to go in the 11th round, if you fucking want your person, or not 11th round, sorry, like 11th spot, like let's say you're spot 6 and someone isn't projected to go until spot 11, you still take them when you're at spot 6 because that's just like your person.
Yeah. Well, I think Tori is the heart and soul of any team she's on. She's a leader. I put Tori against Laura any day. I don't think there's a lot of girls that could really beat her. I like her sportsmanship. Like, you know, I have my other girl, but she just got her issues with some of the things. So I think all around, Tori is good in elimination. She's good in a final. She's good. I feel like she basically won the last season. I would say it was a technicality if she didn't. And she took tons of girls along the way that were gunning for her. So when someone can do that, and the same as on War of the Worlds when she made it to the challenge, I think even when people are after her, she wins. So it's like, all right, you're my number 1.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Tori's gone 4-3 in eliminations, and she's been to 3 finals, but she, as we said, has never won. But basically, you said she should have won last time. So she's still somewhat fresh compared to some of these other people's records that we're about to talk about. Some insane numbers.
30-30. Didn't she win Dirty 30 too?
She went to 3 finals, but she's never won. That's what it said on the online thing when I looked up all these people.
Her Jordan win her first year, didn't they?
It says she's been to 3 finals with 0 wins. So
okay, all right. And some of the other people, which we'll get to later, like we don't know where they stand right now per se. So when we take them, we're taking their all-timeness. So I'm gonna give Tori for my number 1.
Tori was on my list, but she's way down the list as like a backup in case y'all. So I'm glad you took her because I get 2 right now, and I'm gonna go with Evelyn, and I'm taking your girl Cara Maria. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't choose her first. Her record in eliminations from that one season alone, it was incredible. But her overall record for eliminations is 13-6. You just don't see like that much of a over 500 for people on the show. And then she's been to, guess how many finals she's been to? I'm gonna let you girls guess how many finals Cara Maria has been to.
9, I believe.
It's 9. That's insanity.
I know Cara's records.
You do, and then she's won 2 of them, which isn't like that. It's still great. So I got to put Cara there, and then Evelyn.
Evelyn too. Yep.
Evelyn too. She's been to 4 finals and she won 3 of them. She's almost 100% when she's made it to a final. That's insane. And then she went 6-3 in eliminations. And you know what's funny is Cara and her are both from Fresh Meat shows. Cara Maria from Fresh Meat too, and then her from Fresh Meat. It's like, oh, they just bringing in champions into the show. It's pretty cool.
It's like we said, we want more fresh meat. There's something about taking somebody from their regular life. They kind of have that motivation or a chip on their shoulder. Exactly. They're not doing for their Instagram followers or anything like that. Yeah, you can find some really talented, competitive people that way. Yep. There's so much more out there. Those are excellent picks. Evelyn was totally up there for me too. She's somebody who I wish we saw more. She had a very short.
But Laurel's a great number 1 pick though, Jenna, because her elimination thing is crazy. 9-2. That's insane. So
really funny how we all kind of have our favorites or the people that we rank. Like it's very surprising for me to hear that Laurel was number 8 in your list.
I don't like Laurel. So like I think she's a bad guy. So like she doesn't come up very high. I'm like, oh yeah, Laurel, she's the best.
So you're drafting with your heart then. I think Pam is just making her like
Pamela, group. I just chose Cara Maria.
People that won because I didn't put Cara first because I think she's a wild card in terms of the political game. So I think she's all-around champ first.
Right. But yes, Pam, I chose Cara though. I chose Cara. That's how like
so you guys are looking strictly at stats. All right. Well, is it my turn then?
It goes back to you, Pam. You're right.
All right. I'm gonna pick someone that I think you're all gonna go, oh my God, why didn't I get her? And wow, Pam sure has the dream team.
I think you're gonna
that's who I wanted next.
Yeah,
that was literally next on my list.
Emily Fromm is next on my list. She's under Cara, so I didn't get my girl Cara, but Emily, I'm taking my Tori and Emily to the finals right now, guys.
Yeah.
So Emily is a great. Emily's a great pick, Pam. She went 5-0 in eliminations. That's insane. She's never lost, and she only did 3 seasons of the show in which she went to all 3 finals and had a win.
Yeah.
So you did a good job.
And I think that, these are the things I'm thinking about. Tori and Emily, I believe, were on Champs vs. Pros together. I believe they like each other. So I'm thinking of my team dynamic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Together, these girls are both big, strong, likable, all around good players. I think I'm really happy with my team so far.
Yeah, I am too. I'm mad that you snagged Emily from me.
Yeah, see, I'm smart too.
Yeah.
Well, Jenna, this is huge for you. You get to take 2 names right off the board here, and I'm really scared you're taking. I'm really afraid you're going to take my next 2 that I want. But here we go.
I don't know if I am because now I feel a little bit out of sorts because my picks were going to be so easy. And now, like, who's going to replace an Emily? Like, there's still a lot of great competitors. However, it's the drop-off. Like we talk about, the drop-off with the female competitors is so large.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of...
Right, you go from your champ to like, I guess she's okay.
Yeah, you have to start making arguments as to why. Like, really pulling teeth to not pulling teeth, sorry, not pulling teeth, but like really trying to sprinkle, you're trying to really shine some
Really
light.
reflecting, like, I'm digging
Yeah.
deep dive.
Well, it was gonna be a quick Emily Cam, so I'll just say Cam
Okay.
as my next.
Cam.
Pam literally is just
Number
making.
2. I'd like
You
to
want
say
your
number
dinner
1.
invite list. This is Pam's dinner invite list. She's like, no,
But Cam also, dinner invite started, I will say, Tori, Cam, Cara, but then Emily, then I get to the strong.
Why does that look like the Blues Clues notebook to me?
Boom, 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 boom.
oh my gosh, guys,
Bye,
I don't
Cam.
know.
Yeah.
Well, while you decide, Jenna, I will tell you this about Cam. Cam, her elimination record, as we all know, is insane. She's 8-2 in eliminations. She's been to 3 finals, but she's actually never won a final. And she was on Are You the One season 5 again, coming from a dating show. They're not even like, I guess Real World and, wasn't really a Olympian show either. But yeah, she's coming off of just a MTV show and kicking some ass and taking some names. So there you go. 8-2 eliminations.
I don't know who to take. Oh, like I want to take this person, but I'm a touch hesitant, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to take Jody, who was on All Star.
After Emily for me. There you go.
Is that who you wanted, Dan?
No. And I thought you were going to say, no, I still have the 2 I want are still in the game. I can't believe it.
Wow. That's
I
great.
can't believe
Okay.
it. So Cam's out, and then Jody, let me give you her stuff. She's been to 2 finals with 2 wins. So every final she's made it to, she's won. And she's only been to 1 elimination and she lost it. So I don't even know. But then, yeah, so she's been on other seasons where she just didn't make it to a final. But the final she made it to, she won both. So that's pretty good.
I'm a little bit hesitant to take her only because it seems like she had a few lulls in this season, brain-wise, mentally, when it came to some of those games that were a little bit more brain teasy. But I mean, that just needs to be retrained, I'm sure. It's been a long time since she's been in a game. So yeah, that was my only hesitancy.
Is it my turn now?
Yes. Yes, Pamela.
Ooh, this is tough.
I cannot believe if you might get one of mine at this point. There's only so many left.
I've got 2. I'm going head or heart right now. I am gonna go in my order and take Rachel.
That was one of mine. You got it.
Yeah, she's great. She was on my list too.
Yep. Again, what's her stats, Dan? It's been a minute, but I know she's still fit as heck.
She went to 3 finals. She won 2 of them. And her elimination is 1 and 2, but that's just because she didn't see a lot of them because her politics were so high back in the day. She never had to go into them. So there you go.
I wouldn't want to mess with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything else on Rachel that you want to discuss, Pam?
I not really. She hasn't been in the game for a long time. I do know just from keeping up with her social media and stuff, she's like a trainer, worker or Olympian strong person. So like, I think she's still in fight and shape. I'd give her a run for my money any day. I think she'd join my team nicely. I think she'd have good camaraderie with Tori and Emily. So
yeah, you're so funny. That is not how fantasy works.
You don't think about the team dynamic. You can't have a bunch of Rodmans.
Well, Pam, they're not working. They're not together. They're doing stuff separately, technically. But I like the idea that you think they all got to work together.
They're like a cell. They're like cells. People. They're gonna have to work together like a.
That's not how it works. But that's a great idea.
Pam,
again, that's doubling down
twist
on
her ankle. Rachel and Emily will be there by her side to drag her through the forest. Whereas, I don't know, somebody else might just be like, nah, leave her.
Yeah, well,
they wouldn't.
That's how my team is going to be. But you know what? It doesn't matter because they're not technically working together because my next 2 picks, one of them is going to be insane. And I'm surprised you girls didn't say this girl, maybe because of all the controversy that is behind this woman.
You're going for the Nader?
I'm going Camilla. Her record speaks. Her record speaks for itself. I mean, it is what it is.
Nope. I say
I
take your
just-
Camilla. I was debating Camilla being on or not, but her loose cannonness, she wouldn't blend in with
And
my
we talked
team.
about how she first appeared on the Spring Break Challenge, which again was just some random
Yes.
ass show. It was like a fresh meat basically. And she's the only one from the Spring Break Challenge that ever even made it onto the challenge. Her eliminations are 9-4. She's been to 4 finals and she won 2 of them. I'm putting Camilla on my team. It has to be done, even though she has so much controversy.
Fine.
I
Take her.
truly just blocked her out of my brain. She's
Oh,
not even
really?
on my list. And I saw her in articles and I was just brainstorming and thinking, but she's just out of my head, you know?
No, I mean,
Comes
look,
next.
I have Cara Maria and Camilla on my team, 2 people who I would never want to hang out with, but it is what it is.
So Cara Maria, Camilla, who else is on your team now?
I got Evelyn, which is huge.
Evie, Car. Oh man, you've got a stacked team.
But this is a big pick for me. And you took Rachel, which sucks because I wanted someone really strong, but this girl, I'm gonna go with Sarah. Sarah Rice. I know she's so damaged after the bananas thing, and it's funny
Sarah's
too because
a great pick.
she's got 5 finals under her belt. She's won 2 of them. However, one of those wins is technically with bananas, where he stole all her money. And her elimination record also is 6-2. So I was like, okay, that's pretty damn good. So I'll put Sarah on my squad, and I only have 1 spot left. So there you go.
Sarah is
Okay.
always going to be a good pick. She always has good success.
Pamela, you're up.
Yeah, the reason I didn't put her up is because, again, I was thinking practical, like, does she still got it? I know based on her record, but things have changed a lot since she's participated. So I want to make sure my team is going to win in an old school final, in a today final, in everything. So I don't know if Sarah's elite enough to join my team. Sorry.
Wow. She's
Yeah.
not invited.
Listen to that. All right.
So Sarah, I don't know. She might have gotten soft. So in that spirit, and my killer instincts really came out now, because it's not that I love this person, but think she's going to be a nice addition to the team. I'm going to go ahead and take Casey.
Wow.
Mhm.
Not even, I don't
Right
even have
before I have
I don't
Tori,
have a record for her. I didn't even look her up.
Oh, Tori, Emily, Casey, and Rachel is my team, guys. Don't shake.
Tori, Emily, Casey, and Rachel. It's very good. Yeah.
But-
See, I am so bad at fantasy sports. Like, I always think my team's gonna be good, and then I look back and I'm like, like, I'm kind of looking at my team. Okay, so I have Laurel and Cam and Jody.
Laurel.
That's
Laurel, Cam, and who else?
fantastic.
Laurel, Cam,
Laurel,
and who?
Cam, and Jody. Like, that really is
Oh.
fantastic.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I guess I'm just so pissed about not getting Emily that I'm just like, oh, now my team
I'm
is
upset about Cam. Well, maybe we can talk trades after.
True, but I can't trade Cam. Cam's not someone you trade.
I
You
couldn't
know?
trade Emily either. I was going to say maybe my 5th for Cam, but we'll see.
All right.
Oh,
So
she really thinks. Pamela was like, maybe you'll get my 5th for Cam. Like, oh, if I should be so lucky to be considered to get your 5th pick for my 2nd for Killer Cam. Okay.
Fine.
if you do you want to
I
know
am upset
Casey's,
about
Cam.
if it's fair, if it makes any consolation, though, I am upset about not having Cam. She would really round out the dream team. But
That's true. This
so
is
I'm
Cam's-
actually, Pam, I'm actually a little surprised by Casey's record. I know she went to a final with Wes in the fresh meat season. So that's all she has, the 1 final.
no, not little Casey. Casey
Oh,
and not
Case.
Casey.
Oh my,
Oh my God! What? Oh, that's
my
one
mortal
for you,
enemy,
Megan.
Casey. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. I'm
Stupid
so
big
sorry.
brother Casey. That's why you didn't even She doesn't even matter. No, she's at the bottom of my list. I was like, oh yeah, Casey's real good.
I'm so sorry.
She might be someone to consider. Yeah, that Casey.
How do I spell Casey, please? K, is it K?
I probably.
Oh,
K.
K-A-Y. It's K-A-Y. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Casey Clark. She's been to all 3 finals that she's been on, and she won the last one. And then her eliminations, she's 3-0. It is pretty good.
It was her ankle and didn't win the other one, which she probably would have won. So
Yeah. On paper, hers is real good, but yeah. Okay.
no, she's good. She's certainly. I mean, I'm happy to have her. Happy to have her on the team. You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Jenna, you get your last 2 picks now.
Yeah, I have 4 people that I'm looking at that I've narrowed it down to, and I just can always make an argument. And whoever I pick, I'm gonna feel like, oh, maybe I should have picked the other people. But ah! I'm gonna pick Kellyanne.
Okay.
I have some of the more seasoned players on my list. And tell me if this counts. I want to pick Louise Hazel. Is
I
that
wanted to pick
okay?
Louise Hazel too. I didn't know if she counted.
Does that count?
She's never been on the original challenge. She's only been on a spin-off. It's called a spin-off for a reason. It's not the challenge.
Are you just saying that so then you can take her?
Well, obviously I would make the same argument back if I took her after you.
Damn. Well, then that was like my shining star. That was like, I'm gonna swoop in and I'm gonna get Louise Hazel in the 5th round. Like,
Well, think about it. Lolo Jones did come on and make an appearance on the challenge. You can have Lolo if you want.
I could have Lolo. I don't even.
If you want to know her elimination record, it's 0-1, and then her final is 0-0.
Do you also, is a rule that you have to complete an entire season of the show?
I think it's just, you could pick Shailene if you want, girls. She appeared on the show.
Yep, Shailene.
All right, then I'll go Jenna.
That's a great pick, though. As your last pick, that's
Well-
huge.
Jenna Capono, yes.
Okay.
I have her results. She's 3-0 in the final, but she went to 3 finals. She didn't win any, but she's 6-3 in eliminations. She's solid.
Yeah, she's a silent sleeper. She's so head Casey because of Zach.
I know. Let me look up Kelly. I didn't have Kellyanne actually on my list, but I can get her real quick here. Kellyanne's record, she's 5-3 in eliminations, and she's been on 4 seasons. She went to 1 final with 0 wins. So there you go.
Okay. I'm having a rough time too at this stage in the game. There's
I
one
see.
person I'm thinking I really think I need some brains on this team at this point. I think I've got a lot of brawn and some brains. I'm not discounting my gals. I really am having a hard time right now deciding who to go with. And I think
You're going to.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll talk it out so it's not just boring for you guys. I'm debating between Jenny West, who we don't know a lot
Hey,
about.
you should. Okay, that's okay.
From Jenny West, Ashley M, and Sylvia.
What?
So yeah,
Not Sylvia, but okay. Do you want me to give you the records of what Ashley M, Smashly?
yeah, Smashly.
And I can give you the records for Smashly, and I can give you the record for Jenny West if you want, but I do not have
Jenny
Sylvia
West
on this
is just one. Oh, you don't? I feel like Sylvia won with Joss that time, so like you have to do stuff.
She didn't win. She made it to a final. That's not considered a win.
Okay, she didn't win. Who won? Oh,
That was when Ashley robbed Hunter.
Right, Ashley robbed Hunter. Okay, you know what?
That sounds like a novel.
Ashley robbed Hunter of his innocence. Okay,
Ashley Rose Hunter is innocent.
forget it, you guys. Forget it. I'm throwing everything out the window and going with my heart and picking. Hopefully she counts. Michaela. See what my girl Michaela can do. That I believed in. Michaela.
Nice.
Michaela. I bet she's great. She's smart. I'm looking for brains at this point.
To be honest, I thought about taking her, and we saw her for all of 1 to 2 episodes.
I
And
cannot believe
still
that
thought
she
about
is.
her too.
I can't believe you girls are still talking about her.
Competitor. The thing is, if she were to stay on the challenge, it is crazy though, Pam, because we don't know if she's ever gonna be on it again. So, but of course, I mean,
I liked the way she thought though. Like it backfired big time. But I think going in and trying to strategize was like the only practical thing. What are you gonna do? She's the only rookie with any brains. Too bad they
And-
got rid of her quickly. Oh, I forgot about M. I mean, she's proved to be good. Anyway, well,
All right.
I'm done. Yeah.
Daniel.
You're done.
Oh, you have one more, don't you?
This is my last pick here. And I'm going to give you my list of choices that I have that I could pick from just for fun. I
Okay.
could pick Coral. I could pick Paula. I can pick Smashley. And
Mhm.
I could pick Anissa. Just kidding.
Yikes. You could
So
pick
I have-
Anissa. I mean, depending on the point system, Anissa is always going to be there till like episode 11, you know? Honestly, think about if you need someone, if the tallying system would be how long you're in the game, she's in the game for the long time.
I looked up Anissa's record, and she has 2 finals under her belt with 0 wins. And her elimination record, does anybody want to guess what her elimination record is? A
I
bug
think
just
it's
flew my.
strong, isn't it? It's
very strong. I think she's strong. Maybe 12.
How about I do this? I'll give you the number of eliminations she's been in, and then you tell me the blah blah blah.
I feel like she must
Okay.
have been over 20. Like, is that
She's
Right.
been in 21 eliminations. What is
Right.
her record in those eliminations?
14 wins?
14 wins.
Does that mean 6 losses?
Yeah.
Really?
No,
don't
it means 7. It means 7
Oh.
losses.
Oh.
Because in my head, I was like, it's funny you went by wins because to me, I was like, I'm going to say she lost only 6 times. So we basically have the similar
Okay,
guess.
so
So you think that she went, Jenna thinks she went 15-6.
Yeah.
You think she went 14-7, Pam. She went 10-11. It's not as good as we all think it is.
Oh,
I know.
10 wins, 11 losses?
Pretty even.
Correct.
Oh,
Pretty
huh.
even, yeah.
So she's
So-
almost 50-50, but she's less than, okay, so we are overestimating her elimination.
That's because every year they do a damn tribute to her on the show. And it's like, oh, she must be this really good competitor, but she's not that great.
I stand by the tributes because I just love Anissa, the human being. So I'll take the tributes.
All right. So with all that said, I'm gonna go with Paula. I think just 5 finals, 2 wins, and then she's only 5-5 in eliminations, but she's also my last pick. So I'm going with Paula. I
Well
could have
done.
gone with Ashley and Anissa not
Ashley-
getting picked. It's pretty crazy, actually.
Oh, really? I've got
Nope.
some other, then we'll read our didn't make it. Some of mine are, well, okay. I'm
Who
done.
didn't make it on yours, Pam?
Maddie, Nicole, Nicole's hold on, Maddie. She was
Maddie,
on
the one that
Nicole,
got
Partners with
drunk
Kyle.
driving and shit.
Paul, Maddie.
She's from she's kind of bigger girl.
Yeah, she was partners with Kyle.
Maddie, yes. I'm thinking like a Maddie, like Madison. Maddie, TTIE, yes.
Nicole, like peanut butter. She's sort of on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sylvia, and then I have Marie, Veronica, and Janae for fun. Tina, Ashley M is like the one that's up there for my, would
Yeah.
at the. So we're done.
I had Ninja on my list. I also had D, even though we're not allowed to talk about D apparently.
Who's your final? Will you read your?
Oh,
final
I can
one?
read them all. Ready? We'll start with Jenna. Jenna's list is Laurel, Cam, Jody, Kelly Ann, and Jenna.
Laurel, Cam, Jenna,
Jody
Jody,
and Kelly Ann.
Kellyanne. Okay.
Okay. Your
Yeah,
list. Your,
Rocks, everyone else. Your team sucks.
kick rocks.
Good.
Pamela, do you need your list? I'll give it to you. It's Tori, Emily, Rachel, Casey, Clark, and Michaela, the one and only 2-episode Michaela.
If we are thinking about this in the dinner party analogy, how weird would my dinner party be?
Right?
Jenna is like so quiet well, you know what? These are all based off of edits. I don't really know how they would be.
No,
I feel like
think dinner party would be the most awkward to attend. Like
My
Dan?
dinner party is going to be awful. If you want to hear my dinner party,
food fight, like it's gonna not.
it's
gonna
very
break
messy.
down.
who's mine? Because I feel like
No.
Laurel is so
Laurel might cause some problems for you, but everyone else on your list is like pretty chill, Jenna.
peaceful and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Mine's about to go to hell right now. Evelyn, she'll speak her mind. Cara Maria and Camilla, oh boy. Sarah, who would probably try to have some peacemaking ability there, and then Paula as well, probably trying to get some peace going. So you're about 50-50.
It actually sounds kind of fun.
It does.
Yeah, I think Dan's is a mess, but fun.
A fun mess to watch. Yeah.
A fight would happen. There would be a fight for sure.
I just think mine would be so awkward because here's how I foresee it going. I feel like Laurel being like very dominant personality wise, and Cam like it annoying Cam, but Cam just being like, do I really care enough to speak up and, you know, oppose her right now? Like, I'll just let her do her thing. Jody's probably like, I feel like that's pretty much going to be the vibe. Jody will probably sit back and be like, I don't really want to be here. Like,
Right.
can I leave? Like, is it time for me to go? I don't know. Kellyanne might have a few drinks and like start getting a little fun and loose. I don't know, and tipsy. And Jenna's probably gonna be like, Zach's calling. He needs me home. I have to leave. Yeah. Jenna's leaving at 9:45 p.m. She's not staying for a nightcap. She's like, Zach needs me home. Yeah. Yeah. Zach forgot how to fold his laundry. I have to go.
And mine is just amazing girl power. Tori, Rachel, Casey, and Michaela just having an awesome time and strategizing and kicking
Having
ass
an awesome time.
and deciding like to be vigilante superheroes for real after they win this. And they're like, what should we be? What should we call ourselves? Like,
Yes, they're plotting like world domination in a good way.
chicka
Like,
boom.
Yeah. I'm coming to your dinner party.
Yeah,
And you know what? I'm bringing my girls with me too. Come on, girls. There's
Come on, girls.
everybody.
at mine.
Oh, we're not allowed. Oh, fine.
Not you, Jenna. Jenna Campo is
Oh, she's not.
like, no, she has to go hang out with I don't know, someone else. Zach. She let her be where she wants to be, hanging out with Zach.
So girls, before we go today, I would like to talk to you quickly about what your feelings were in the Wes interview, because we didn't really ever get to talk about it. I think we take 10 minutes real quick here.
Sure.
What were your overall thoughts with it? And just because we if anyone hasn't seen it yet, it's literally the video before this one on Patreon. So you can check that out. I'm sure you all already have, because that's a huge interview for us. So yeah. Who wants to go first?
Patreons.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. No, it's funny you say that, because I actually have been thinking about his interview a little bit this week. It's come up in conversations organically just because he provided a lot of insightful things about the challenge. For example, what he was saying about the final is as though he's almost at the point, the mindset where you want to make it to a final, but you shouldn't necessarily expect to win it, even though you're fully capable of winning. Yeah. You know, the kind of TV twisting on the final, we obviously, I think, knew it subconsciously, but actually hearing somebody on the show talk about how real that is, and for people who haven't seen it, go watch it. He's essentially saying, yeah, when you make it to a final, they're kind of making the final so even and so fair that it's kind of unfair, because you have people who are now suddenly in the final. It's like they can't really run a marathon, like you're saying. Right. So they have to do things to equalize it. That almost makes it like a boring thing to, you know, they have to kind of keep it exciting. So
everybody, good job starting. Yeah.
So they do all these checkpoints and they're giving people time to catch up with each other, which is like frustrating to us, because we're like, stop with these. Now everyone's at the same pace. Now everybody gets to start at the same starting point. Like, let's make it even, but they can't really do that, because then it would just be such a blowout that it wouldn't be worth watching. So that was interesting. So yeah, I've been kind of thinking about some of the stuff he said during the interview.
My whole thing, I think, is just interesting. The first question I asked him about like how he got onto the show, it's just so crazy to me. Like, if he didn't do that one little thing, we wouldn't even know who the hell this guy is. Right. He would just be us, or not even into the challenge. Probably wouldn't even watch the damn show. It's just such a fine line between being on reality TV and not. And even if you get onto reality TV, it literally 100% of the time, or 90% of the time, usually means you're not even you're gonna do that one show and then that's it. You're never gonna be seen from again. It takes a lot to continue that success and be known on reality TV. Like, there's probably someone on The Real World Austin that we don't really remember. Like, that was a pretty popular season. So even if you made it onto that show, you know, you had his girl Johanna. You had Danny and Melinda, obviously, him and Nehemiah. But there's like there's two more people on that show. I think if I saw them, maybe I'd remember, but like, we didn't, you know, you never heard from them again. It was done. Like, it's just it's such a fine line. It's crazy.
And Johanna was around for a while, but like now I wouldn't have remembered her if you did. You know what I mean? Like
I met her in real life like 6 years ago. Yeah, we took a picture together. It's on my Instagram, but like way down. You'd have to go really far down to find it.
Start digging.
Start
Pam,
digging.
what did you think?
I just was overwhelmed at how Wes was. Like I couldn't. I just wanted to giggle the whole time because he's again a long time. Like how many years have we been watching Wes? Over 10. Like how many? When did Real World Austin?
Well, 2005 is Real World Austin, so you're looking literally
like almost just a lot of years. No,
20,
not half year.
16 years.
16 years of this person who was so 100% himself. So it's just, that's where it's like, oh, some people I'm sure are different that get us really edited, like a villain edit or this or that. But like Wes's demeanor and the way he talks and the way he is so Wes that it's funny because I have a story of in 1994, whenever the New York Real World premiered, the first New York Real World, a friend of mine was like visiting New York with her family, like in junior, and saw Julie like out and about and was like, oh my God, Julie, did you ever get back together? And Julie was like now reality TV is a thing, but she was like, hi, I'm Julie. Like, you know about my life, but like, who are you? That's how I felt with Wes. I felt like I fully knew him. And it was like, oh, right, you don't know me. Like, I totally feel right. Wes, like your wife, of course. Oh, Wes, that's so you. Like, I felt such a familiarity towards him that it's funny that doesn't go the other way. It's like you feel like you're such a part of that person's life and you know their characteristics and personality and like, this is what Wes would do, that I forget, like, no, we're not longtime friends. He has no idea who I am. But yes, there's such a familiarity of seeing someone as their real self. I mean, to some extent, for so many years before it was manipulated. I think anyone can be manipulated and any storyline can be driven. But when you're watching someone over that arc of reality over that many years, I think you have a sense of who they are.
I do love what he said about Bananas and him. Like when we started out, we became rivals. I didn't mean for it to happen. We weren't trying to make it happen. We weren't trying for this clout or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It just happened naturally. And I think that is a huge thing that's missing on the show now. People are forcing friendships. They're forcing rivals instead of just letting it happen without worrying about, okay, well, how many social media followers am I going to get if I'm friends with this person or if I decide to be their rival? It's so it's just
we can smell a phony like Fessy versus CT. Like CT's not even playing. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, no.
But I don't even know if it's possible to have a natural rivalry anymore because that's why the show I think is also suffering. There's a million reasons why, but that's a huge thing.
It could have natural rivalries. Like if you did a real authentic thing and put, the vampire and Jordan in a house together, it'd be tense. Like someone's fiance and their most recent lover. Like there are natural, like, weird situations just even because of recently, even if they're all above it.
Well, how about Jay and Bananas? They didn't seem to have a rivalry when they were on
that was true. That's what I'm saying. They weren't engaged, her and Jay. They like met on Let's Rekindle and Bone or something on MTV. Like Jay and what's her name?
I believe that's the exact name of the show, right, Jenna?
That's perfect. That needs to be a show. That actually is the real like a translation, if you're clicking on your TV and you see X on the beach, you're basically watching Let's Rekindle and Bone. That is the actual like meaning. Once you take away, that's perfect, Pam. Like the unveiling of the real meaning of the show. Like that would just be the caption, like, okay, this is what the real purpose is. Oh my God, that's perfect. That's so great.
Well, that's like, yeah, it's funny.
Let's Rekindle and Bone. Incredible. It's so accurate. But I completely agree about Wes being so Wes, and you're just so spot on, Pam. It's such a weird thing to think about that he doesn't know us at all, but we feel as though we know him so well.
Right.
And we could not at all though. Like he was very authentic, and I do think he's real and true to his personality, but there's also things about so many things about all of these people who we're never going to know, but we like have them figured out in our heads. And that's not right to do. Like we're like, that is this kind of person and she's that kind of person. But it's like, we're seeing their TV personality, you know?
I've been seeing it for 16 years. There's some things like, and it's not like he's had new personas. Like, again, I'm not even doing this to pick on Fessy. He just is a perfect example of all of these things. He's sort of trying to find his reality TV personality. Like, he was really nice on Big Brother. Then he was like, I'm going to be, the nice guy. Then he was like, forget it. I'm going to be ruthless. I really want to win. It's like, he's trying to figure out, there's some consistency in his the way he is, but you can see his ups and downs. Whereas Wes, I'm not saying we know everything about him. We don't know anything about his real life, but him and the way he processes things and handles things, like, seems authentically known to some
Absolutely.
extent. Like, the way Wes will behave to some extent, seems.
Yeah, well, because when he says things, he also says them with such conviction that I can't tell if there's sarcasm there or if he knows he's fitting a type of role or a stereotype that we know him to be like. For example, the confidence, or you could even say cockiness, perhaps. Because at one point when I asked him about political and social game in the house, and I said, is that a skill that you can also learn, like getting better at swimming or getting better at running, being in the house season after season, do you start to get better at your political game? And when he started saying, well, of course, I'm the best person who have ever played politically, like no one will ever be as good as me. But he said it so seriously that I was like, is he actually, like, he's actually serious?
I think he's being dry, because remember when he had the season where everyone hated him because he tried to set up alliances with everybody?
Yeah. That was more recent.
We're
Yeah.
on to US. Like, you can't have an alliance with every single person.
Well, he left that season pretty damn early.
Yeah. Wes, very confident. So I'm like, is he serious? Or
Jenna, I caught a couple of eye rolls from you by the end of that interview. They were hilarious. Yeah, you do like a little like this, like, oh God, what's
yeah.
It was fun.
So
it was
funny. It's very funny. I think it's an internal thing too, just because I'm not someone who's, I guess, super confident. So whenever somebody is, it's almost like how are you saying that? So that's maybe where that's coming from. But that's just him, and it's funny, and that's great for him.
It's great. I was obviously loving the whole thing.
His very first, and then Dan, I can't wait to hear what you say, but his very, on his Real World season, I just remember being like, boy, this guy has got some unearned confidence, but you go, boy. When he was like, you could have had this to Johanna, I was like, ooh. And that was Wes. He's always had it kind of overly confident, but it gets him where it needs to go. It's like, wow, you're going to threaten that they didn't get that.
Yeah,
like that was the big takeaway, and
just
that is consistently who he is. Like he knows his own value and might even overplayed it.
Guys, guess who's calling? My mom, someone who clearly did not respect our Patreon time.
I thought it was Wes. I thought Wes was calling us to talk more.
I'm not cocky. Yeah.
But Dan, you met your hero.
Yeah.
So
he lived up to everything I thought he was going to be like. He definitely didn't sugarcoat anything. He answered everything. The only thing I was like, wow, so All Stars 3, he's really not even going to even crack the lid open on that. But luckily I remember him saying that he works with his wife on All Stars 2, just doing an after show. So I was like, boom, let's slide that in. And then that got us into actually the whole controversy of All Stars 2. And then that led us down that rabbit hole with him there. So we kept it going nicely. We didn't ask him about the D drama because D was living with him in Kansas City during the pandemic. We didn't go there with him. We could have done that. I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a great interview. People seem to really like it in the comment section of our Patreon. Miguel, we can give a shout out to Miguel. He said he thought Wes was really intelligent with his answers, but he also thought we asked really insightful questions. So I was like, so shout out to Miguel. Thank you for saying that to us. Because we all, we did our homework and we wanted to make it a good interview and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And I think with somebody like Wes, he's been around for so long. And I think he does put a lot of thought into the game. He's not just there to whisk around on reality TV, even though that's how he got into this world, ironically and funny enough.
Yeah.
So I felt like the conversation was really good and full, I guess is the word,
Yeah.
I was overall
Yeah.
super happy just based on the, not just the West. I was like, oh wow, that one, I felt like it went well. I was also interested in his show. Like it seems, I'm like, okay, I'll check that out. What he's doing sounds interesting to me too. And I do say good for him to merge his two. You know, he had a West liner, not a one liner, a West liner. When he started, it was like, how many business people want a reality star? How many reality stars want business people? Like two great tastes that taste great together. You know, he's got his his Wesisms. And
That's
he's
right.
a smart guy. I thought he was exactly, I like when someone turns out to be kind of exactly what you imagine.
Yeah, and I think
It's like,
you treated us really well too. It was just a very great, like respectful conversation, you know, casual. Yeah.
Casual. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Very happy with it. All right, ladies. Well, I think that's where we end it this week. Next week, we're going to do our snake draft for the boys. So start looking up the boys that you want to make your top 5 list. And also in the comment section, tell us who had the best list, because someone needs to win this. Even if we just get one vote, that person's going to win.
We have to share. We have to like make a quiz on the twits. How does that you say like who's the best?
Poll.
Oh, you make a poll on Twitter? Sure.
Poll.
You can make a poll on Twitter on our non-existent The Challenge After Show Twitter account. You got it.
We can probably turn mine into that if we want to, actually, because that's all I do on Twitter.
Is talk about the challenge.
Later. Yeah, like to the point where I'm embarrassed that like anyone else like not a challenge person is like,
what is Pam talking
Yeah.
about?
yeah.
I deleted mine actually a while ago. I've deleted everything off my phone app wise. Yeah, but I still have Instagram, so I have to go on my computer if I want to go on.
All I have is Instagram. I mean, well, I have a Twitter. I don't use it. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. Don't use it. Even though my pictures from Instagram now go onto your Facebook, like if there's like a button you just press and they just go up there. So I do that, but
yeah.
And I only do stories really on Instagram.
Everything just started to feel like there was so much going on. I was always on my phone. I was like, just delete it.
I did put up that screenshot of us with Wes though, because we were all like, I paused it at the perfect time. We were all smiling, including Wes. So I was like, oh, I got to put that on my Instagram.
It's not shareable, Dan, on your Facebook books. You can make it shareable because I want
on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't even go on Facebook. Is it shareable on Instagram?
Yeah, you can't share Instagrams. I tried. Luke told me that yesterday. I'm not good at any of them. He was like, because you can't share it. I'm like, how do I
tagged you girls in it though. How is it not shareable?
Share Instagram.
Oh, it's in your tagged photo area, but not.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Hey guys.
Yeah. All right, guys. Happy Super Bowl.
Yes. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Bengals.
Go Rams.
Yeah, so we're 1 and I'm the only one going for the Bungles today. So there you go.
The Bengals.
The Bungles, right? Yeah, the Bungles. Okay, bye everyone. See ya.
Bye.